Welcome to HyperScale Video Workshop. My name is Brett Green. I've been happily working away this afternoon on my Edward Spitfire Mark 1 when I received a message that there was a parcel waiting for me to pick up. And inside that parcel was Meng Model's Fokker Dr.1 Triplane. This is the limited edition kit that includes a bust of Baron Manfred von Richthofen, the Red Baron. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this. Now, this is essentially the plastic parts that would have been in a Wings Fokker Dr.1 had the company survived. But there's nothing to suggest that anything untoward has gone on here. It looks like a commercial arrangement between Meng, who were contracted to actually do the moulding for this kit, and Wings that was going out of business at the time. So the good news for we modelers is that we do actually get to see the plastic parts of what would have been the Wings Fokker Dr.1. So let's slip off the little limited edition cover here. Have a look inside the box. Once again, this is going to be one of my first look unboxing videos. So I haven't opened the box yet. This will be the very first time that both you and I will see the Sprues. It's quite a sturdy cardboard box, top opening, which, as anybody who's watched these videos will realise I prefer. And here we are. It's a 1/32 scale kit. And now here we go. So the first sprue, let me just take it out of its plastic bag, but I'll do so carefully because I have read, and you may have as well, about some possible moulding flaws and broken parts on the sprue, and it looks like this one might have that situation happening. So let's just carefully take everything out of the bag so that I don't lose anything. There we go. Well, that's lovely. Okay, let's just have a quick look at the parts first, and then we'll address the short shot and the breakages. So we have the fuselage half, very nice. We have, not surprisingly, 3 wings. They're all full span, which is good news. It will make assembly quite a fast job. And the textures are really nice. Have a look at the really narrow rib tapes and that very subtle stretched fabric effect across the top of the wings. Very, very nice. And slightly different effect underneath, which is quite understandable. I can also see here that we've got some very deep locating holes for the various struts. The Fokker Dr.1, even though it is a triplane, and you would think is more complicated than most World War I subjects, is actually probably one of the better introductory kits for a modeler who hasn't done very many biplanes before, because it doesn't have many struts and it's got virtually no rigging, so that's a good thing. Alrighty, so it looks like the middle wing, I think this is moulded with a section of the cockpit combing, and you can see one half of the cockpit combing is there and the other half is not. So this is not actually a short shot or a mismoulding. It looks to me as if the way the sprues have been designed, that the sprue attachment point has applied pressure to the combing section, and it's broken it off. So either in transit or in packing, I'm not sure. The good news is it looks like it'll be pretty straightforward to glue back on. So I'm just going to have a look in the bag, and I will find, there it is. So there is the culprit. That is the missing plastic part. Just let it focus there. And I think we'll find that it'll be pretty straightforward just to glue that back on to the wing. In fact, I probably won't do that until I glue the wing onto the fuselage, and then the little missing part will have more to bite once it attaches to the upper lip of the fuselage. So let me put that back in the bag. I don't want to lose it. And I will, I also didn't say here, 2 styles of propeller blade. So one piece wooden propeller blades, but different style in this case. And there we go. Here's another grey sprue. The quality of the plastic looks very good. I certainly didn't see any other moulding imperfections on that sprue. So I think it is purely a matter of the part breaking off due to the pressure of the sprue attachment point. Oops. The pilot seat just fell out of the bag, so that's come off the sprue as well. Pop that back in. And okay, so we have some very nice cockpit sidewall detail there, and obviously some cockpit parts. We have a couple of different machine guns in there and different versions of 2 style of machine guns. So it looks like the one without the cooling jacket probably has a photo etched part to wrap around the barrel. And once again, we've got wheels. We have various struts. We have the horizontal tail planes with the elevators in a neutral position. Some really nice little gap between the edges of the elevators and the horizontal stabilizer that looks really good. You can see light through it. It's great. And also the rudder upside down. Looks like a question mark. There we go. The rudder is there as well. And the elevators, sorry, beg your pardon, the ailerons are separate parts. So that's nice. The next plastic sprue contains alternative horizontal tailplane and rudder. Also 2 styles of engine cowl and another set of wheels. So you've got quite a few options here by the look of it. Alternate ailerons too, by the look of it. And here we have yet another variation on the forward cowl theme. There we have it. They always look like smiley faces, especially when the propeller is horizontally down below there. And yet another style of propeller, and I'm not sure what. I think that's the little aerodynamic fairing that sits between the main wheels that we can see here and here. The final grey sprue is the engine. And very nice it is too. So we have the row of cylinders that split into 2. We've got push rods. Oh, in fact, okay, there's 3. So there must be an alternative forward section of the cylinders, and also the push rods as well. The cylinder heads are separate pieces, so they're nicely moulded as well. We have a couple of clear plastic parts here. I'm not sure how much of it you'll see, but here they are. Teeny itsy bitsy windscreens. So they're nice, and it looks like a gun sight, and not sure what the other part is there, but I'm sure when I have a look at the instructions we'll be able to figure that out. So I'll pop that in there. Right, we have a sealed plastic bag with the decals and photo etch parts. If you'll excuse my back for a moment, I'll just slit open the bag. And let's show you, yes, as I suspected before, we have photo etched options for the cooling jacket for the machine guns. We've also got harness straps for the pilot, the gun sight for the front of the machine gun, and a few other detail parts. So nice to have that available. And then relatively compact decal sheet for a big aircraft or big model. The aircraft itself is quite small, it's quite compact. It's got an awful lot of lift in those three wings, and it doesn't need span to help it along with three wings. So we have decals that are made in China. It looks like they're printed by Meng. They're a little bit flat in texture, but the registration looks good, and yeah, the saturation looks fine. Yellow looks like yellow. So I've used Meng decals before. I've not really had any problems with them, so I wouldn't expect that would be any different for these ones. Now we have a red bag here. And inside the red bag, we have a somewhat decapitated Manfred von Richthofen. So really nice resin casting there. No imperfections. Pretty simple act to cut off the little block here and assemble it onto the body, which I assume is in the other red plastic bag. Let's have a quick look. Yes, there he is. So once again, really nice resin casting. Very, very nice. Quite a big chunk too. That I'm not sure what scale it is. Does it tell us on the front? 1/10. So it's a 1/10 scale bust of Manfred von Richthofen. And once again, you can see it's quite a small casting block to have to cut off, and a really nicely defined key for the head to be fitted to the torso. So yeah, that's nice. The next thing in the box that we see is another bag with the instructions. So I've always liked Meng instructions. I found them quite easy to follow, well illustrated. Let's have a look at this one. Just being a little uncooperative. Okay, so it looks like we have some multi-language background on some separate cardboard sheets. They're quite nice. So we have different languages, got some photographs and reference and bits and pieces. We'll have a look at those later in more detail when I do the full review. And then we have the booklet, the instruction booklet, which comprises, by the look of it, 22 pages. 24 pages, I beg your pardon. Starts on the inside right cover. And we have what you would always expect, really, I guess, illustrated and captioned photos to indicate the various steps of instructions. The instructions are provided over, let's see, it's 19 steps. And options are highlighted with different colours, and we're shown which parts go where. We also have a parts tree that we can see, so we can double check the parts against what should be there. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4 marking schemes, one in the famous Red Baron scheme, and the other ones in various styles of the striped, the streaked Fokker fabric with light blue lower surfaces. So there's some quite attractive schemes there. Actually, I bought, and there's the Red Baron's red scheme. I bought, excuse me for a moment, I bought a set of the Aviatic 32nd scale Fokker streaked fabric with the intention of using it on this model. And you'll see in the front there, I've also bought the old cutting edge Fokker Dr.1 decals from Fine Art of Decals. They're still available. They really are. So it's not like I've had to pull this out of my stash. I actually called Dave from Fine Art of Decals, and he said they're still in stock, and he shot me out a set. So I think I'll be adopting one of those yellow schemes for my Fokker. Should be fun. I'll pop that in the box as well. So that's it. That's everything in the box of the new Meng Fokker Dr.1 Triplane. It looks very nice. It does look very nice. The plastic parts certainly have a very wing-nut wings feel about them, which is not surprising at all, seeing as that's where the design and presumably the masters are coming from. So and Meng, I've always been very happy with Meng, the quality and standard of their moulding and presentation too. The issue of the broken part around the middle wing, it doesn't look like it's a big issue, to tell you the truth. I certainly wouldn't bother getting the part replaced. In my case, it may be different on yours, but certainly I think if you leave the part broken off at the moment, I think the best way to do it will be to actually glue the middle wing in place and then reposition the broken part on the upper lip of the fuselage and attaching to that little trailing section of the wing. Well, that's it. I think the kit should be available in shops around the world pretty soon now, if not already. And it's certainly worth looking at. I think a lot of people have been looking forward to a new 1/32nd scale Fokker Dr.1. So from Brett Green, this is HyperScale Video Workshop. Bye for now.